and he is a big reason why. When he's on the floor, the Suns' offensive efficiency is over 8 points better than when he's not playing. In fact, the Suns' offense with Book on the court would rank as the best in the NBA this season. And listen to this. Last night, Booker scored his 11,000th point. He is the fourth youngest player to do so, only behind LeBron, KD, and Kobe. Not a bad list. So with that said, take a look at this year's MVP favorites. According to Caesars Sportsbook, Embiid and Jokic have been at the top of the race for quite some time. But one name that hasn't gotten much buzz, Booker, who's currently 8th in the race. And also, Book recently responded to an Isaiah Thomas tweet that he should be in the MVP conversation and saying he doesn't meet the criteria, if you will. Roz, why do you think Book is not getting as much MVP love, and do you think he deserves it?
Well, first of all, I think in general, Devin Booker deserves more love. And period. Thank you. Full stop. And I do think that, yes, he should be in the larger conversation of MVP because he is the best player on the most dominant team in the NBA right now. I think a knock against Devin has been perhaps is Chris Paul, maybe not the biggest scorer, but is he the most impactful or best player on that team? Chris Paul has been out and injured. Suns keep winning. I think that helps Devin Booker's argument for MVP. But Cassidy, if I'm gonna be honest, I think there's real reasons why he's not like a top contender for this MVP award. First of all, he doesn't have the statistical dominance. Which is an important part of this award. He's not a top 10 scorer. I mean, he's not even a top 45 assist maker. He just doesn't have that kind of statistical dominance. I think it's his style of play. You know, he's not a high-flying dunker like Giannis or a flurry of threes like Steph. He's an excellent player, but the style of play might get overlooked. I don't think he has the overall importance to his team in a way that Jokic does for the Nuggets. What happens to the Nuggets if Jokic isn't there? You know, to Matt's point, the Suns keep going, let me finish my point. Let me finish. You making a face. Same with Joel Embiid. I think his importance is just, I don't think he has the same level of importance to the overall success of the team. And I think he doesn't have the same impact on both ends of the court, which for me, if I was an MVP voter, I'm looking at the full game, not only offense but defense, like a Joel Embiid does, or like a Giannis Antetokounmpo does. So absolutely,
Steve Nash won 2 MVPs. He didn't play no D.
This is me if I'm an MVP voter, and I've had MVP votes, and I've looked at statistical dominance.
Okay.
I've looked at success of team.
Okay.
I've looked at importance to his team, and then I've also looked at feel. Like, all right, can you just not stop this guy?
So he doesn't meet the criteria, Matt. So basically, you're proving
I think
right.
He's in the conversation for MVP, but is he a serious contender for it right now? No.
Look, I think you also bring up the point that he kind of has that little brother syndrome, but he's been doing this for a while. By the way, as a fun fact here, guess what happened 5 years ago exactly to the day? Devin Booker's 70-point game. Crazy to think that the Suns' C's game is already 5 years old, guys.
Goes by fast.
I know. On that night, he became the 6th player in NBA history to reach that total, but the Celtics still beat Phoenix 130 to 120. Now, there is some good news as we wrap up the Sun discussion. Some fairly big news. The Suns say Chris Paul is probable to return tonight with the Suns taking on Denver. That's a huge game for the 1 seed, getting back their floor general. Matt, your quick thoughts on CP3 making a return.
I think this is big, but it's also important, being a former teammate of Chris and knowing his hand injury history, that he has to be fully healthy. You know what I mean? This team has been playing great without him. I know CP is not going to come back till he's ready. He has to be protected from himself again. I know what kind of person he is, but if he's able to plug back in, this team has been incredible all season. Adding their floor general and their leader back is only going to make them more stronger and getting hot at the right time.
Wait. But Matt, before you were kind of shaking your head at my thoughts on Devin Booker MVP, I just want to know what yours were.
I like Devin Booker. Devin Booker's been a killer. His teams are finally just good. He's finally getting recognized. So I agree with you on the point. He needs more love. But Devin Booker is right up there. If you look, he's out on the best team. He's averaging 26, 5, and 5. He's averaging 28, 5, and 7. 2 more assists with CP out. So his numbers are there. I agree with the flash and the glitz and glam, but as a person who played against him and just looking at him, he is a killer, and he definitely needs more love and consideration. And this is one of those rare years that there's a lot of people up to up for the MVP conversation.
And I think it helped that he stood up and played well in CP3's absence. But CP3 news is huge that he's coming back.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.